I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Town of Pelletier Board of Commissioners at 6:45 Monday, October the 6th, 2025. Roll call.
Walter Wilson.
Here.
Dan Taylor.
Here.
Dale Sowers.
Here.
Sonny Mason. David Bragg.
Here.
Tim Quinn.
Here.
Do I hear a motion to excuse Sonny?
Make a motion to excuse Sonny.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's all stand for the pledge and invocation, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alice.
Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we thank you for the day that you have given each of us. We thank you for each and every one that had interest in came tonight. And we ask that this meeting be conducted and things be accomplished that we be pleasing unto you and beneficial for this town. Bless each of us. Give each of us a wonderful night. All this I ask in your precious and living name. Amen.
Amen. All right, next is the approval of the agenda. If there's no changes to the agenda, do I hear a motion to approve as written?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All right, next is the approval of the minutes of the August 4th, 2025 meeting. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to read that. If there's no changes, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, the other one, the meeting September 8th, that's when Dan wasn't here. We didn't have a meeting. So she's got on the agenda approval of the minutes, but there wouldn't be no minutes. Okay. All right, then we'll go to the department report. Code Enforcement Officer, Lieutenant Chris Jensen.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to skip to the back pages here because the front pages are redundant from last month. Since we didn't have a meeting, I kind of combined both months into this one. It reads monthly addendum to the status report for the recent month of September. Let's see here, I'll just go on the way out. We had cat trap problems, as usual. I had to go borrow a cat trap from the mayor and go set that cat trap off of Pettiford Road where the problem seems to persist. And I'm kind of at my wit's end on what to do with it. And animal control is wishy-washy on what they're doing from one day to the next, it seems. So that's something that maybe we can iron out, I don't know. This month I also dealt with well, for lack of a better terminology, homeless situation. We had a man living out of his minivan, and he was staying at the Primitive Baptist Church there on the Pelletier Loop Road. I was alerted that by one of the commissioners, Commissioner Bragg. So I got up real early one morning because the people were noticing he was getting out of there by 6:15, 6:30. So I got there about 5:45 to wake him up and have a talk with him. So he won't be staying there anymore. But I've had that talk with, I say in my report about 3 others, but over the past 10 months, it's been more like 7 other people hanging around town and kind of sleeping out of their cars. So I've been kind of moving them along and trespassing them for property and such. It's like, I guess the only and best thing I can do with them. Finally, I dealt with Mr. Lowry. There was a lot of complaints last meeting about him running his race cars there when he wasn't supposed to. So I cited him for violation of Town Ordinance 3A, grand total with section 1010, that same violation, a 5-year period. Grand total is gonna be $725. And that will go exponentially up if he doesn't pay or come to some conclusion with that, with the town on that. And that's about all I've got for you guys. We got the police report. Pelletier generated 72 for August and 62 for September. And in the ETJ, 36 and 22 respectively. So that was at 108 and 84 calls for service. So again, up towards 200. Those are the end of the summer months, and the call volume always goes up around then. Okay, any further?
I got a question. We had someone in our town have to deal with a pit bull cross that got out, was killing their chickens. She called animal control, the county. They said that was the town's problem.
See?
So now, best thing I told them, I said, well, get your gun out and shoot it, you know. That's,
Just for a reference point, if we get called out as a deputy sheriff, animal control would play the county officers, but say I was a city officer, I guess I would have to just dispatch the dog right there. You'd be left no choice if he's attacking the livestock of the person on their property.
What was that?
Linda Norris. Linda Norris, right across the street from me.
He's been in our backyard as well. Yeah, multicolored, gray and black and white.
Is he still bothering around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he somebody's dog or is it just his drone?
Yeah, I think Terry even knew who it was and talked to him personally. Mustang Lane or something like that. I'm
Right
not-
past Mustang Lane.
Maybe they should pass that info on to me and I can talk with them.
You know that, you know where the old church is? And you coming back towards
The water tower?
the water tower, the first trailer there on the right-hand side.
It's up on the,
You got one in the front and one in the back, them
Yeah.
2 trailers, that's
Yeah.
where it's
With
coming.
all the
the one
junk
in the back
cars?
is the shooting one.
Yes, yes.
The one in front.
Yeah, it was Rodney Jones's old property.
That's-
I'll look into that one further.
That's the same place where they were shooting the guns and loud noises and all that.
We've been out there as the sheriff's department several times off of that stuff.
Yeah, I went by the window, there's about 2 or 3 of you out there.
I've been out there several times. My comrades have been out there several times. We're probably totaling somewhere around 10 or 12 calls for service there in the past 2 months.
But
They're
that's
having
what,
some real family turmoil up in there.
sure.
Yeah.
But that's the one where the dog belongs. Is that where the dog belongs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
The dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I can talk there anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, any more questions for the lieutenant?
Have you had any more people that you said at the old church, community building? You had that van, but did you have anybody else up there for it? I went by there one morning and there was,
I had one guy squirrel around the back of that building. He was trying to sleep there. I got him away. It's a lot. I've had 3 around Captain Ed's old place. And then a lot of them are backing into places like the church there, where they think they're not gonna be seen by other people because it's so dark.
well, like one guy said, I went back, I woke him up and he said that he was just waiting to go to work, had to go to Kinston or something, but he was sleeping. Anyway, he left.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen him back out there.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Some of them
never-
could be dangerous.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't worried too much about it, and I wasn't,
He might be able to outrun you.
that wouldn't be hard to do. But I don't know. Look,
I hear you.
just,
All right.
All right, any more questions?
Anything else?
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
All right, next, West Carter Fire and EMS, Chief.
Good evening. So we'll catch up for August. August, we had 164 calls, which actually slowed down. We were a little over 12.5% decrease from August of '24. We're still running above for the year. Pelletier had 10 calls for service in August. And in September, we were down again, which I'm not complaining. 1.8% decrease with 155 calls. We're still 6% above where we were last year. We're still on track to do 2150 or 2200 calls, depending on how the rest of the year goes. Surprisingly enough, our busiest month so far has been February. We wouldn't think it, but it was. The fire marshal did 30 inspections for the month of December. There was 9 of them completed in the town of Pelletier. We're on track again to complete all of our fire inspections for all 4 towns. And as far as I know, we've got all of our pre-plans done for our upcoming inspection that we anticipate is gonna be beginning of next year sometime. So we're trying to gun for lowering some homeowners insurance and lowering the ISO rating, so we're working hard.
What are we now?
We're a 5 right now. We're a 598. So there's one little spot right around Morris Circle and Three Oaks that is outside of the 5 mile, and they're a 9. Everybody else is still, and the rest of the towns they're 5s. So
Chief, what's the top tier for the
One.
lowest insurance?
1.
Okay.
1. And there's probably, not knowing the hard number right off the top of my head, I would probably say there's only about 20 departments, give or take, maybe, in the state that are 1s.
Wow.
It's a big financial commitment for a 1. You've gotta have the personnel, you've gotta have the equipment, facilities, and like the 6 mile district area, that hurts us in an inspection, because we actually need to get the most points rating, we need a 3rd station in the Pelletier area to cover the backside of the town. So,
But you are shooting for what now?
so we're a 5, we're going for a 4. I'd love a 3, but I'm looking for a 4.
That's better.
And the biggest thing it helps is businesses coming in. It's a little break to the homeowner, but once you get below a 6, that's generally where it kind of quits on the homeowner's aspect of it and starts picking up on commercial and industrial properties and lower insurance there. So, which helps bring in businesses and drive growth and helps the community out.
When is the certification year, I mean, when is that effective?
So the state generally tries to do inspections every 5 years.
Okay.
There are certain departments that the ISO, Insurance Services Organization itself has to do because the population is so big, but the rest of the departments in the state are completed by the Office of State Fire Marshal. And they have a limited number of manpower, so everybody that's a rated inspection is scheduled to be done every 5 years. It doesn't always happen. We got ours in 2020. So we're scheduled to be next year. And as far as we know, what we've heard, that's what it's, they've got a system down now where generally they try to get the whole county within a certain time frame. It just helps the state guys out, that instead of bouncing around everywhere, they can come to the whole county and all the fire departments that way. Saves them a little bit of time, so.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions for the chief?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, chief. All right, next is the financial report. Walter.
In the general fund, we have $282,222.52, if I read that right.
Yeah.
And that's in the general fund, and Powell money, we have $36,414.39. I see we made some money this month.
Yeah. All right, has anybody got any questions on the finances. All right, we'll move right on. Planning report.
Okay, I'll start with the September 8th report since there was no quorum with the commissioners last month. We reviewed a request from McNeil and Associates to rezone the clubhouse property from R20 to B1. We questioned whether the responsibility of notification of residents rested solely with the HOA or should individual homeowners receive notification since these were townhouses or rentals or Airbnbs. The town planners stated certified letters to individual owners would exceed state requirements. However, that did not prevent the town from sending a letter due to the impact of a rezone. I think this is relevant for future rezones involving HOA, just something to keep in mind that maybe we can also send letters if necessary. Because of the discrepancies in the parcel information, the application was found incomplete and the rezoning request was tabled pending further clarification. And we were just informed tonight that the application was pulled. It was not on our agenda for tonight. All right, comments were also made regarding the racetrack and concerns that certain activities may not be in full compliance with existing regulations. And the board expressed its appreciation to all planning board members for the significant work in progress over the past year. So that was for September 8th. For tonight, there were no items formally listed on the agenda, but we want to announce October 14th, the Town of Pelletier public meeting will be held regarding the land use plan. It will be here at Town Hall from 11:30 to 12:30, and the public is invited to attend and provide input on the draft land use plan. You'll have an opportunity to review, to make your recommendations, and just share feedback with the committee. Your input is very important to us, and so please join us October 14th. After the public meeting, the committee will meet at 1 o'clock to finalize the draft. It'll be then sent to the planning board for review. If approved, it'll go to the commissioners for adoption. And once adopted, relevant agencies will review the plan as required. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, commissioners report. Dan, you have anything?
Oh, not at this time.
All right. Walter?
I don't have anything, man.
Doug?
We did get an estimate to redo the ditches for one on Deaton Drive in Pettiford Loop and the opposing ditches at Pelletier Shores on the first segment of that development. We're still waiting on, the back end of it, but where the ditches first start, which you would assume there is no ditch, is right where, water puddles the entire length of the road. So I would think $1,500 to take out all 3 ditches is more than reasonable. And these folks have been waiting for months on end, so if we could expedite this and get that ball rolling, it'd be one more thing off our list to do.
All right, well, we got the funds in the Powell bill budget and all for work like this. So would you like to put in a motion to pay $1,500 to fix the ditches on Deacon Drive and Pelletier Shores?
So moved. So
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Made the motion.
David?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Tim seconded it. Tim did second it. Tim?
Tim.
All right, Tim?
Only thing I have is a couple of neighbors complained about the potholes, but I think you guys are already looking into them, so, it is what it is. I think some patch was put in there, but I think the rain washed it out. And then, only other thing I have is, I hope the state will step up the work on the entrance there. 'Cause-
Yeah, that's basically what we gotta wait on before it can even be fixed.
So that's all I have.
It's kind of bad there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's getting worse every time it rains.
Yeah. All right. As far as the mayor's report, I know we have one gentleman here who is interested in the planning board seat. You mind standing up and stating your name, please?
My name's Ricky Jones. I actually live in Pelletier Shores. I've lived in here for about 3 years.
And what was your name?
Ricky Jones.
Ricky, I bet you
Yeah.
before.
You came through the neighborhood and talked to us one day.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's why everybody calls me Ricky, but my real name's Donald Jones. You'll hear that every once in a while, but it's also my dad's name. So
I got you. So you live in Pelletier Shores,
I do live in Pelletier Shores.
which is an area we've been trying to get someone from
Yeah.
to sit on the planning board.
Which I'm amazed because you're just talking about the ditches and stuff, and we've heard nothing about that. So for me to come here and hear about that is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we met out there 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
Trying to, and then we've been trying to find people to give us estimates so that we can
Yeah.
get the work done.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, I appreciate David finally getting up with someone, but at least now we can get it done.
Yeah.
So anyhow, does anybody have any questions?
I was just wondering, could he take a brief few minutes to tell us a little bit about himself?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So this was I saw it on Facebook and I said, this would be interesting. We definitely don't have anybody in the neighborhood that's here, so it'd be great for somebody from Pelletier Shores. Like I said, I've lived here for 3 years. I've done IT work for 25 years. I'm an ECU pirate. We lived in Greenville for about 30 years. And then me and the wife had an opportunity to work for I worked for Transimpact on the island. Had an opportunity to move here, so we definitely like, hey, let's move to the beach. What a great place. And so we've really enjoyed it. Met a lot of really good people, especially in our neighborhood. A lot of young professionals in there. So, any other questions?
Are y'all, have you making any progress with your contractor or out there with your other problems that we were talking
It
about?
looks like it. We don't get much communication from them. It's just, they show up, they do some work, and then we don't hear anything for a year, and then, the year later, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do all this, and then they, another year we hear back, and not much is done, but.
Yeah.
So it's really fantastic to hear, what you guys are talking about.
Well, see, when they put that project in, the first part, the roads were okay, except for a couple spots that we're gonna take care of.
Yeah.
But the second phase, we wouldn't adopt them roads because the drainage ditches
Yeah.
don't exist.
Yeah.
And the roads were falling apart
Already.
before they even finished construction of the houses.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I heard you talk about the potholes. The potholes in the backside of the neighborhood are pretty bad. They're very
Yeah.
bad. And, we talk about it to the builders and they don't really, but, they're not doing a whole lot.
Yeah. yeah. Okay.
Any other questions?
Does B have your contact info?
I've sent an email, so I doubt
Yeah.
it. You do have it.
I have your email.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rick.
Thank you for your interest.
Thank you.
Okay,
make a motion and set him up for next month.
that's up to y'all. Y'all will do commissioners.
I make a motion, we appoint, Mr. Jones to
Second.
the planning board next month.
I have a motion and a second to let Mr. Jones sit on our planning board. Is there any timeline, 1 year probation area, time?
I don't think have we done that with
We
any of that?
don't have to.
I think ordinances say 2 years, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I have no stipulation on it.
All right, so we got a motion and a second to place Mr. Jones on the planning board. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Welcome to the planning board. All right, we'll go to our new business. We got the Carteret County Composition Transportation Plan. Who,
I'll start Solomon.
and you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Anderson?
My name is Mickey Anderson.
Mickey Anderson.
I am, thank you for having us here tonight. I've been tasked with introducing the crowd that just wandered behind me. So I'm with the Down East Rural Planning Organization. We're a regional transportation planning organization based out of New Bern. My office shares a wall with your town planner over here. We cover Carteret, Craven, Pamlico, and Jones counties. So today we're looking at the countywide for Carteret Comprehensive Transportation Plan. It's a 30-year plan that is needs-based, and they're going to get more into it behind me, but really the DOT has done a lot of the heavy lifting on this project, so they're going to get down and ask for an approval from y'all today. And behind me I've got Amanda and Austin. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I guess that's Amanda.
It looks like you guys already have copies of the presentation. Would anybody else like one?
Thank you. And mine will close. Thank you. Well, thank you for that introduction. Like you said, my name is Amanda Killian, and we have Austin Burton here as well from NCDOT's Transportation Planning Division. Yeah, we're just going to be talking to you about the Carteret County Comprehensive Transportation Plan. So Austin will give a little bit of background to start out.
All right, so you should see in your agenda in the PowerPoint, we have a few talking topics. So we're going to go over what a CTP is. We're going to look at the Carteret County CTP progress, where we are. We're going to look at where we have to go from here, and then we're going to take a look at the recommendations that we have for the area. So Mickey gave a little blurb about a CTP, but a CTP is a comprehensive transportation plan. It's a needs-based plan that looks about 25 to 30 years out in the future at the transportation needs for the area. It's very early stages, so nothing is finalized, and it's before prioritization and funding. It is developed collaboratively with North Carolina Department of Transportation, the Down East RPO, which you guys are a part of, Carteret County, municipalities like yourself, community stakeholders, and the public. So everyone really gets an input and gets a say in this, so that everyone can agree on what the area will look like. And this CTP is meant to update the one that was done in 2014. Right, so a little bit of progress. So we started the CTP in the summer of 2020. That's when we started making our maps and gathering our data. That's also when we formed our steering committee, which is composed of people from all around the county. We had a public input survey, so that the public's input was involved right from the start. And the reason that that time block from summer 2020 to summer 2023 is so long is because of COVID and the complications and the delays that came with that. October of 2023, that's when we started up our monthly steering committee meetings. So we had the steering committee's input for that entire process from October all the way to April. And we met one-on-one with Carteret County towns, along with drafting up our CTP recommendations for the areas. And then in May 2025, we had 4 public input sessions so that we could hear more from the public. And on the next slide, we are looking at our next steps. So right now we're in the adoption phase. We're getting adoptions from communities all over Carteret County. I believe we've already had 2 communities adopt. And we're here looking for you all's adoption tonight. So first we have the adoption by municipalities in Carteret County, and then we have the endorsement from the Down East RPO. Then it moves on to adoption from the North Carolina Board of Transportation, and then we finalize the CTP, and we create a little booklet that has a whole bunch of maps and all the recommendations in the county. And today we are here seeking your adoption. So Amanda's going to go over some of the recommendations that are around the area.
Yeah, thank you, Austin. So we'll just dive right into the recommendations. So if you flip to the next slide there, the first picture we have, these are all the highway recommendations, and this is just the county overview. So you can see they're kind of color-coded, and they have a number that corresponds with them. And if you go to the page after that, we have an inset of Pelletier. So these are the highway recommendations specifically for Pelletier. So we have a couple congestion projects, and those are red, and then we have one modernization project, which is blue.
So project 324, you can see that on the map, and then there's a little description of it on the bottom. But that is the NC 58 improvements. So this is just constructing a boulevard with multi-use path from NC 24 to Pelletier Loop Road, with bike lanes as well. You also will see a bypass on here, so we have an NC 24 bypass. And just to reiterate, this is very preliminary, nothing has been funded yet. There was just a need for this based on congestion. And so after talking to our steering committee, doing engineering analysis, and running a lot of different models, we ended up including this in the CTP, just so if it ever wants to go for funding in the future, this can kind of be a little bit of backing for it. And we also have an intersection improvement project, and that's at the intersection of NC 58 and Taylor Notion Road. And you can kind of see that at the bottom, that's project 316.
Got it.
Are there any questions?
324. What is that?
That would just be constructing a boulevard, so improving NC 58.
What was that now?
And that's just constructing a boulevard and improving NC 58. And I know it may be a little hard to read, but it does say on the bottom there too.
So is that two-lane divided?
A boulevard. What's a boulevard? Four lane.
Well, if you have those there. Just represent that.
So boulevard is considered if there's a median, and the width of the median hasn't been finalized yet. So based on when the project gets go in the design traffic projections from that time, they will consider the design. So right now we are identifying the need for the project to be a boulevard that is implementing a median, and it cannot be the straight median that doesn't that restricts the movement, so it will be left turns where it's needed. And the final design will come when project goes in the design phase and the funding is available.
All right, I got another question.
Yes, sir.
Is it gonna be 4 lane?
Yeah.
All the way through here?
Did we put the cross section here? I think, yes, sir. As a starting point, as a placeholder, we are recommending to have a 4-lane divided roadway. But depending when project goes into design, what the traffic conditions are, that the actual cross section will be decided at that time.
Well, with that, how many exits are we gonna have to get off of 58 into Pelletier?
We do not have that answer right now, because right now we are just identifying the need for the area, that NC 58 needs improvement. Exactly what kind of improvements will be needed, that will come further in the life of the project when it gets into the design phase.
In other words, technically, it could be a 4-lane closed road from up here all the way to the bridge and over the bridge, and we not have an exit coming off here at Pelletier.
No, you're looking at it wrong, buddy.
I don't trust DOT. Thank you, ma'am.
The bike lanes, are they gonna be on both sides?
So again, we are identifying the need. There is a need for bicycle improvements, but what the cross section, if the road will be wide outside lane or the independent bike marking or the separated multi-use path, we do not have that design right now. We are just identifying the need that NC 58 needs bicycle improvements. So when the funding is available, you are applying for it, you can apply for the funding, and then when the project design is going on, they will be designing.
Okay, but if the economic growth of the area dictates that it needs to be done before 25 or 30 years, how do we get it done?
As a starting point, today you adopt a plan to identify there's a need of the bicycle need, and then you work with Mickey Anderson for the RPO and you apply for the prioritization where your project is submitted. And this is a mutually adopted plan, so you are adopting, counties adopting, all the towns adopting, and also Board of Transportation adopting, so you may score higher for the identified need portion.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions on any of the highway projects?
You want to interstate.
If you flip to the next page, this is a little bit zoomed out of Pelletier. These are just a lot of different highway projects around the area. But again, you can see that project 33, which is the NC 24 bypass on there. Again, the location, none of that is determined, it hasn't even been funded. We just want to include it in the plan to help if we ever want to go for funding in the future. This will kind of be like a good backing for that. And we also wanted to highlight on here project 323, which is the Mid-Island Bridge over the BOC Sound. So we saw there was a need with congestion on both of the existing bridges for a third bridge. And so after much discussion, modeling, public engagement, all of the things, we included it in the plan. And again, this is just an option, so if you ever wanted to go for funding in the future, it's in this plan. Doesn't mean it's gonna be built, doesn't mean that's where it's gonna be built, but we just, we along with our steering committee, agreed it would be good to include in here since there's a need for it. So,
Yeah.
I know that's not really Pelletier, but we just wanted to show that on there.
Oh, yeah,
No
but
surprise or anything.
it does affect Pelletier.
Especially
It does. It affects everybody around.
on Friday afternoons out here.
All right, is this proposed bypass around Pelletier, all going from over across the bridge and Swansboro side? And it looks like it's probably gonna come down here about Broad Creek. Is that a portion of this project at this point?
No.
Or that just proposed?
These are all proposals for
I
the future.
understand that. It's what they say they're gonna do.
No, no,
What they're gonna try to do.
no, what they're, it's not,
Nothing is even funded yet, so.
right. Okay.
Okay, we'll continue to move along. So after that, we have our bike and ped recommendations. So again, we have the whole Carteret County map there. And then the next slide is an inset of Pelletier. And these are color coded as well. And also the numbers on the map correspond with the numbers on the right. So all of the brown projects, those are multi-use path. The yellow is bike projects, and then the purple are sidewalk projects. And there's thin lines and thick lines. I know it's a little tricky to see, but if you look at the bottom right, there's some thin lines. So that's existing sidewalk, and then the thick lines are all proposals. So you can kind of see there's some multi-use along NC 58, as well as some bike lane additions, and then some sidewalk additions in project 213. Are there any questions on these projects, on any of them?
Nope. No, we're all good.
Good.
And after that, we have some other maps that we just wanted to include in here. These will be in the final CTP in the appendix. So we have the facility types map, and this is just showing what type of roadway is the proposal or in the plan. So you can see that, and the color on the map corresponds with the legend there. And after that, we have a public transportation and rail map, and so this just shows the existing Amtrak freight routes on there. I don't think there's anything about here, but we just included that to show you. So are there any additional questions or anything about the CPT?
Anybody have any questions?
Okay, well, with that, we would just ask for your adoption. Like Austin mentioned, we've been going around all the different towns, and we've had Beaufort and Pineville Shores adopt, and we have most all the other towns scheduled. So I don't know if you all need time to discuss, but.
Does anybody need any discussions here, or do I hear a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion to adopt and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's adopted.
Thank you so much. And we will be emailing these paperwork.
Yes.
They're gonna start next week, four lane in this road.
Thank you.
Yes, thank y'all. All right, next is the new rezone form. Carlton?
Yes. I was attached a draft of a recommended zoning map amendment form. This kind of updates, kind of modernizes what we currently have. The planning board reviewed this at the previous meeting, and they recommended its approval. So basically, when I try to update a form, any form that's tied to an ordinance, I want to look and I want to see what's required in the ordinance first, and then go from there. The title, I noticed the title in the zoning ordinance text we weren't using, so I added that petition. It's kind of a mouthful of petition for change zoning. Pelletier, parentheses, land use application form, zoning map is in that, parentheses, rezoning. But aside from that, there weren't really a lot other elements specified in the zoning ordinance for a zoning map petition. So I tried to make a one-page form to submit when someone's proposing a rezoning that would have all the necessary information listed, and also want to specify information that is required for review, so that we wouldn't have the issue of partially filled applications. So pretty much all the information you see that I'm asking for is required for review, except for flood zone. Flood zone was in previous, or the current iteration of the rezoning petition. I thought it'd be fine to leave in there, but it's not really necessary, or it's not really, I don't feel like it should be required for review. I took out, or I rearranged some of the questions about why the zoning, rezoning is requested. I wanted to just get a general idea of why they want this amendment. What's the current zoning district, what's the requested zoning district, very specific description of the area requested for the rezoning, and an idea of why the applicant thinks that the rezoning is reasonable and in the public interest. I really think that's all that should be necessary to consider for rezoning. So, I also included the information about having to alert the property owners and providing, have the applicant provide their contact information. So I can go into this a lot more detailed if y'all like, but and I can't do that. But if y'all have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer them.
Y'all pretty much understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're good, Carlton.
Okay.
So do I hear a motion to adopt this, application?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
We are official.
All right. Next is the, rezone, McNeil and Associate, Reynolds, zoned from R20 to B1 for strip mall. This is the part that's in between Pelletier Loop Road and Highway 58, kind of pie shapes. This has been approved by the planning board. Anyhow, if the Board of Commissioners are fine with it, any motion made will be made to send to a public hearing at our next month's meeting.
So moved.
So, all right, I have a motion and a second. Any questions?
That's
I had a little bit of discussion, but it's okay.
That's all right.
I mean,
It's
just,
time.
I'm just saying, we all know what BP has down here with the traffic. And, you're gonna allow this traffic to come on the corner. So if it were me, I would like to see him restrict the entrance to Pelletier Loop so that we don't have cars entering and exiting on the 58 side, because otherwise it's gonna be a jumbled mess there.
Well, right now, he's not gonna design anything unless he knows he can get it, the rezone approved. When he comes back to the town, the planning board, about with the, actual drawing of what he's doing, then they'll go through that process. And, you know, so this is just mainly the land. All right, so we do have a motion and a second.
Who made the motion? Who seconded?
I did.
And David did. So,
This is for a public hearing, right?
did you go to a public hearing?
And then we can ask all these questions again.
Yes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the public hearing will be at our next month's meeting, which will be the second Monday of November. Cause,
Yeah.
huh?
10?
The
10th.
10th? Okay. All right. All right, then, public comment? Donna?
Okay, I had just spoke to Hemant Shaw about this, the transportation plan, and I mentioned the Western Carteret County Bike and Pedestrian Plan that we worked on. We wrote about several months ago, I think it was finalized. And I just wanted to remind the town, we had 4 towns involved, and we did contribute money to it. And she did say those projects were listed here. However, when you're talking 30 years, there's grants, and I'm just wanting the town to realize that we contributed money already. I think Cedar Point is moving forward on some of it, so that I think the thing is now to look for grants maybe. It's just, I think that we could pursue this a little bit, and I just wanted to remind the town that we did contribute financially to that, right? Am I right about that? Didn't
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
And she did say if there's any missing projects to let her know, so I'll look at it later with the other documents, but, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. Old business, not at this time. Other business, not at this time. Commissioners' comments. Commissioner Quinn.
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Gray.
We're gonna get Stormy a sign.
Huh?
Signature sign for Title Bluffs.
Title Bluffs, okay. Yeah, we gotta look into getting them a sign.
Yes.
I think I don't see a problem with it. It's,
No?
you go down.
Road sign?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's, tight to bluff. You know, when you go down North Landing Road, you have River East, and then you go to the end and kind of tees to the left. There's like 6 houses or 6 lots, I think 5 houses built. That's tight to bluff. But they don't have a street sign right there.
Cul-de-sac, right?
Yeah, it's just a cul-de-sac.
Is that the first one on the right?
It'd be,
The last one?
yeah, it's like you turn to go to Billy Norris's house. It's them houses there on the right.
That little street there. It
Yeah.
had- I thought it had a name. It does.
Yeah, Title Bluff is
Oh,
the
yeah,
name.
okay.
But it doesn't have a street sign.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'd never noticed that. I don't know.
yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, if we could just order the, I'm sure you gotta order the top part.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll run down there and put it together and
All right, I
get
think
it
we,
put so.
I think we have a metal post back here.
Yeah, yeah, we had one left over.
I think it's in that storage room. So, all right, we're good? We're gonna do that?
Sounds good.
All right, any comment?
I forgot what I was gonna say. That's all right.
The only comment I've got is I have enjoyed being a member of this board. I have enjoyed the association of both the planning board and the board of commissioners have served with some daggone good people. In case I don't make it next time, I want to say that. Thank you all for your patience.
Thank you for your service.
If y'all didn't know, Dan had a fall, what was it, about a month ago? Dan?
Yeah.
Broke your neck, whatever,
Yep.
face. He got hurt pretty good, but he's back tonight, so he's,
Jones has not got me on the speed dial yet.
Which is why, you know, Dan got hurt, and then
Sonny
you'll
got
notice Sonny Mason is not here.
Other
He
commissioner.
also got hurt last month. That's why our last month's meeting, we couldn't have it, we didn't have a quorum, but, because them 2 old guys got hurt.
We had to make an example
Yeah, I got
of what
you.
not to do.
All right, now, do I hear a motion to go into closed session to obtain advice from counsel on a legal matter?
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session for the purpose of obtaining advice from the council.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
thank you for coming tonight.
All right,
My pleasure.
going into closed session. Yes,
Thank
thank you.
everyone for coming tonight.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah, good job.
That's your boy there, don't let him leave.
I know. I hate,
I ain't gonna let you,
Let me hold the key while you're gone.
John, should Chris stay also?
Ready, sir?